Well, howdy. Welcome back to Berserker Shop. I'm Dan. Let's go ahead and see what we're going to get into today. Alrighty, today we're going to be changing the spark plugs on a 2015 Chrysler 200S 2.4 liter multi-air. Let's get rolling. I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys in a little closer. You can actually see what I'm doing, but first thing you're going to do, take your oil cap off. Pop that up out of the way, set her over to the side. That worked out perfect. Put your cap back on so you don't drop nothing. And you got this little thing here in the way. Looks like it's got one clip holding it down. We'll grab that. Got a push pin back here. So hot that it just broke right off. We'll pull that out of there with some pliers. Get you a good set of pliers, get in here. It's a little warm. Just got dropped off and she has been driven. Once you got your Christmas tree pin out, get this the hell out of your way. I guess you probably don't want to break that, so we'll just run that up there. Keep that out of our way. Here are your coils, 4 of them. It's a 4-cylinder. Here's where that little pin went that we had a pain in the ass getting out. Got us a new one here since we pulled that one out in pieces. And now what we're going to do, these little red clips in here, I'll bring you in a little closer. See that? I slid that red clip right back out and then I'll push in. Pops right off. Do that to all 4. Get those off, then we'll get a 10 mil, get all these out, pull those right out, and move on. Alright, we got the 1 out. There's 2. Brackets in the way, that's alright. That one, 3, and 4. All 4 coils are loose. Grab my 10 mil, put it on your handy dandy electric ratchet. Just like that, coils out. Set them in line, at least that's what I do, so they go back in the same area. Get them all loose. Just like that. Go ahead and pull the next one. That is really hot. I should really let these cool down before I get moving on them. Whew. It'll be alright. Alright, now get your 5/8 swivel head. It doesn't have to be a swivel head, but a socket that has a little rubber stopper in there to hold the plugs is definitely going to be helpful. Get it down in there, seat it on it, make sure you're good and flush. Grab me an extra extension so I got a little more room to work. Here's a new plug. You're going to want to make sure that socket gets good and seated on there, because if you're up here around the top, you can round that out and make it very hard to get out. But now that we're hooked up, get our ratchet in, get it broke loose. start dropping new ones in. Again, drop it down in, turn it a little till it, feel it go on the nut, push it down good and solid, break it loose. Preferably don't have a junk ratchet that skips all the time. Plug 2. And this job does pay 1 full hour. So if you take your vehicle to a shop, it's going to cost you 1 hour of whatever their labor rate is. Most shops at least $100. So this job right here would cost you a minimum of $100 plus parts. And honestly, anyone can do it. Now we're going back in with the new one. Get it in there, seated good. You want to get it started good and loose. You don't want to start with your ratchet. Make sure you get quite a few threads in there. Alright, I'd say we're pretty good. Go ahead and snug her down. That's just my ratchet skipping. But I want to get that crush washer good and tight, crushed. Don't want to go too tight in an aluminum head. Wiggle your socket out of there, plug's installed. Move on to the next one. Again, put it right in, go by hand. Make sure you get you a good few threads started, because trust me, you do not want to be pulling ahead if you mess this up. Yet again, junk ratchet, but gets it close enough to where you just give it a few more. And look at that, we're over halfway done. Don't want to lose your socket in there. Be gentle getting it out like that. Well, that's fun. Well, when that happens, we have a little fun getting it out. I guess I shouldn't have used a 2-piece extension to come apart, huh? There we go. Back on, got her out, plug still in. This is a little annoying, but things happen. Adapt and overcome. Third plug. Good, easy to start. Ran down, then crush your crush washer. Boom. And last one. And just like that, you have installed your 2.4 multi-air. Again, alright, there we go. Not as big of a deal that time. Now we just drop our coils back in the corresponding holes. Push them down in, get our bolts started. Do that for all 4 cylinders. Make sure you get quite a few threads in, that way you don't strip them out in this aluminum once you go to start tightening them. Good, good. And just like that, we're almost done. Take it to a mechanic. It's going to pay an hour for them. You can have it done even with little to no experience. You can do it in half the time that it pays. And if you're decent, you can do it in 10 minutes or less. These are plastic. You don't want to get these bolts too tight, but you don't want them going anywhere either. Every coil's good and tight. Put our clips back in, plug-ins. In, push the red clip in, red clip. Burn yourself a little bit, that's fun. In, red clip, and finally, in, red clip. Get this back down here. Our new push pin, right there. Put her in. Just like that. Oil cap back off. Line her up. Good and tight. And just like that, we're done.